Michael Carrick's first game as Man United head coach is Man City at Old Trafford. No bedding in period, no soft landing, no time to hide. One training week, a fractured dressing room, and straight into Pep Guardiola's system machine. This is as raw as it gets. Carrick has inherited a side that looks mentally brittle, tactically confused, and physically second best in recent games. And the first thing he has to fix is coming up against the best drill team in the country. What makes this even sharper is that City smell blood. They've already battered United recently, they know the squad is low on confidence, and they know Carrick won't have had time to fully impose his ideas. So this game becomes less about philosophy and more about survival. Can Carrick stabilize the basics immediately, or does City turn his first day into a public lesson? Let's be clear, Carrick hasn't reinvented anything in a week. This is not about radical systems, this is about structure, clarity, and players knowing their jobs again. Expect a much more compact United, shorter distances between defense and midfield, less chaotic pressing, fewer moments where Casemiro or Ugarte are left to chase shadows on their own. One thing Carrick has already pushed in training is ball security. United have been giving the ball away cheaply in dangerous zones, which against City is a death sentence. If United keep losing it in build-up, City will camp in the final third. There's a strong chance that Carrick simplifies Bruno's role. Less freelance chaos, more defined positioning between the lines, and Bruno still has freedom, but it has to be controlled freedom. Emotionally, this is a strange one. Some players are playing for places again, others are playing to prove they shouldn't be moved on, and Carrick himself is coaching players he shared a dressing room with not that long ago. Authority has to be established immediately. This game will tell us how much buy-in Carrick has got already. United's squad situation still isn't ideal. At centre-back, options are thin, which likely means Maguire and Licha are starting together. Or it might be Heaven or Licha. The pairing has obvious strengths in aggression and reliability, but City will target the space either side of them relentlessly. Fullback selection matters massively. Dalot is almost certain to start because of his athleticism, but he is prone to so many errors. If it wasn't a game against City, then it would have been a good shout to start Camison or give an academy player his debut. But on the left, Carrick has a decision. Does he go conservative to protect against City's right side overloads, or does he back an attacking option and risk exposure? Midfield is where Carrick's biggest call comes. Casemiro and Ugarte together gives protection, but sacrifices progression. Against City, that might be a price Carrick is willing to pay early on. Up top, the return of Mbeumo gives United something they've lacked recently, which is direct running and physicality in transition. That could be vital if United plan to hurt City on the break rather than sustain possession. In terms of City's injury list has forced Guardiola into rotation, but let's not overstate it. The structure stays the same. Rodri is the key piece. Everything City do flows through him. When he's allowed to dictate tempo, City suffocate teams. At the back, City may not be at full strength, but they're still comfortable defending high and squeezing space. United's ability to exploit that depends on how brave they are with their forward runs. In attack, City's movement is the real threat. They don't rely on one pattern. They overload one side, rotate midfielders into wide zones, and constantly pull centre-backs out of shape, which leads to obvious danger. This game is built for Haaland. If United get it wrong, if United centre-backs step out too aggressively, Haaland will live on the blind side. If they sit too deep, he pins them and creates space for runners. Either way, he dictates how United defend. The real issue isn't just his finishing, it's how much attention he demands. One mistake in tracking, one lapse in concentration, and City are in. United's entire defensive plan has to be designed around limiting his service. For Man United, the key player would be Bruno Fernandes. This is a huge test for Bruno. City will try to suffocate him. They'll block centre lanes, force him wide, and press him aggressively when he receives on the half turn. If Bruno plays emotionally, forcing passes that aren't on, City will punish United in transition. If he plays with discipline, recycles possession, and chooses moments carefully, United can actually slow the game down. Bruno's decision making might be the single biggest factor in whether United stay in this match for 90 minutes. Also keep an eye on Mbeumo. If United score, there's a strong chance it comes from his running in behind or winning a foul in a dangerous area. This derby will be chaotic unless United make it chaotic. Carrick's priority will be control without possession, staying compact, forcing City wide, avoiding the central collapses we've seen too often recently. City will probe patiently. They won't panic if it's level at halftime. They trust their structure more than United trust theirs right now. For United, the first 20 minutes are massive. Concede early and the game opens up in City's favour. Stay level, frustrate them, and suddenly the crowd comes into it and pressure shifts. This is not about dominance for United, it's about resilience, discipline, and moments. Carrick's baptism of fire isn't about winning the tactical chess match. It's about proving that United can look like a coherent football team under pressure. If they can do that, even without a win, it changes the narrative immediately.